Well, hello and welcome back to BOOMXBEAUTYBEAT. My name is Laura and you are still on the Dating Detective series under the Ultimate Transformation Plan 777 umbrella, where we transform different areas of our life. And right now we're working on finding true love and all the little interesting steps that we have to go through to find the one, and trying to make the whole scenario more plausible by the efforts and the strategies that we take. And right now we are on the last part of the series where we're talking about the 7 R's to locking down that person that you're interested in, or at least making it so that it's possible. So what we're doing today is talking about the reel in. So the reel in, the R for reel in, is you can't know if somebody's for you if you haven't even reeled them in. So how are you supposed to make a decision unless you get them where you want to get them? And how do you get them? I'm going to be sharing those answers with you. We're going to be doing 5 key steps to, once you are in front of somebody or talking to them, what kind of energy you have to put out in order to have them coming back for more. So stay tuned for that. Well, how do I know this even works? Okay, whatever date I have been on, I have always been asked out again. I've never had a scenario where I've been, sort of ghosted in the kind of ways that you've heard about. I think because I'm using certain techniques that in the beginning were kind of unconscious, but when I sat down and really thought about the process I was taking and why was I with the one with all the choices here? Why did I have so much selection? Why was it working for me? What was I doing? And it certainly wasn't always that way, you guys. I've had a ton of fails of love life connections. But what I realized is that it's within my own power to reel them in and then decide which one I'm going to choose. Kind of like when you're going for a job and you put your application to lots of places and you get lots of jobs and then you choose the best one. That's what we're trying to do here, and let me show you how we did it. Let's start with step 1. All right, aside from the fact, all right, that you have to put together yourself in a way that is attractive. You look good, you smell good, you hold yourself well, you've got yourself pulled together. All of those videos are in the series on your profile, your pictures, what you need to say, what you need to be like. All those things are already done. But there are further steps in order to reel somebody in. And the first one is sort of a general strategy on how you're going to be presenting yourself. So if you can think of yourself being confidently humble, if that makes any sense. There's a fine line between confidence and humbleness. You don't want to seem boastful or conceited or overconfident, because that's a turnoff. You also don't want to seem overly kind of like, no, I'm not pretty. Neither one of those is good, but a little bit of spicing in a both is the magic recipe. So you want to show that you are actually confident, but you're humble about it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you're a catch, but you're also relatable. So you want to make sure that you walk in that line of being confident and humble at the same time. So no matter how good looking you are, no matter how hard your abs are, no matter how this, how that, you don't want to become like egotistical or boastful, but you also don't want to diminish yourself in any way, shape, or form. So that kind of quiet confidence and beautiful humbleness, understanding that you're everything and nothing at the same time. It's kind of a magical little salt and pepper recipe. It's really important to establish trust and camaraderie. Just a real feeling like you're genuine, and let the conversation flow. Just be friendly and don't be contentious in these, especially first meetings where you like trying to challenge somebody overly because you're trying to like discard them in any kind of way. Just like when you're first trying to get a job, get the job first, and then later you could work out things that are differences. These are your initial meets. You're trying to do the reel-in process. So in that, you don't want to be contentious. Let a sense of harmony overtake the vibe, and let the flow, let it feel easy and effortless in the conversation. Try to manifest that flow. And as a feminine, we are feminine energy, we're more adept or better at normally better at initiating, keeping conversation, flowing conversation, if we're leaning into that feminine energy. And remember, we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. Masculine energy tends to be a little quieter, a little more stoic, a little more reserved, and feminine is more empathetic, more conversational, more feeling. So keep in that feminine energy as much as you can, and stay away from the masculine if you are a feminine trying to be feminine. So that is just my advice to you. So we're going to go into the last one and a wrap up. Right, so I'm going to give you some steps within step 2. So you have to have the ability to do these 6 things within the engagement. You want to be able to listen to what they're saying, kind of a little bit of mirroring back and nodding and understanding. You want to always have bits of smile thrown in there, because smile is something that makes somebody feel warmth with you. A warm smile goes just such a long way. You want to be very engaged in what they're saying, even if maybe it's not the most thrilling thing, but it is exciting to meet another soul and to kind of like hear about their life. So go into it with an attitude of gratitude and excitement to hear about a whole new person's life and environment, regardless if they're going to end up with you or not. Don't think that way in the beginning, because you don't know in the first meeting for sure. So you want to make sure at the very least you're going to engage them enough so that they want to see you again. And the way that you do that is by engaging with them. And the next thing is to empathize. Likely they're going to tell you some part of the story of their life that has some challenges within it, or difficulties. Anything that is shown to you that has been a struggle or has been kind of a road, if you can show empathy in what they might have been going through or feeling, that will open their heart chakra in ways that you don't understand. So I'm not saying like you just want to rest the whole conversation there, but say for example they say like their son is going through mental health issues. Instead of washing over that, be like, that must be, you know, a real challenge for you, what you've been going through, and I completely understand. I've got, you know, members of my family who've gone through that as well, or whatever, and it can be so challenging, but then also give them a boost. You know, congratulations to you for like giving them what they need or whatever. So you're being a good listener, you're engaging, you're empathizing, all those things. Then that also is important in the next part, which is disarming them. You're going to be in this step disarming them within that conversation, showing that, you know what, you don't have to be perfect around me, your family doesn't have to be perfect, I get it. And then you're making like this commonality. The commonality part is a disarm, and it really helps to make the conversation flow, and they're all of a sudden going to find you very easy to talk to. And the next part of it is to inspire. So you want to say something about yourself that is quite inspiring. Not in a boastful way, but try to choose some stories or some conversations or some things that you've done in your life or overcome or been or created that is an inspiration, again, with confidence and humbleness at the same time. So they want to be around somebody that lifts them up. Everybody does. They don't want to be dragged down. So having somebody that's kind of a little bit of a light, that is beautiful way to make them feel dreamy about you, to make them feel excited to see you again, to make them want to uncover more about you, and also that you're super relatable. So no matter what the dichotomy is, if you're better looking, they're better looking, if they're a 9 and you're a 7, or you're a 7, they're, whatever the dynamic is, those can shift according to how you're presenting yourself. You ever notice how somebody becomes more attractive depending on the way that they're talking to you, and less attractive, either. So all of a sudden, you know, wherever you think that you are in the whole, you know, dating platform numerical looks wise, it can shift so easily. So don't let that be, you know, the factor that deters you from believing that this could be the one, because we've all seen it on the street as well. You're like, what is that girl doing with that guy? It's because of their heart and who they are, and how a person sees another is so different when you can meet at a heart level, energetic level. All right, let's go to the next one. Along with showing how genuine and humble yet confident you are, you want to show glimpses of your uniqueness. Let bits of your uniqueness come out, because when you date in the dating pool, people can start to blend together and all sound the same after a while. So you want to show glimpses of your little shining bits of star. So your energy, your brilliance, without being dominating. Try to impress or be impressive with your genuineness. And what we as humans are all craving is being around more genuine people, and it will be such a refreshing vibe that they're going to be left wanting more of that. And so trust me on this when I tell you that there's not enough genuine discussion, genuine behavior out there, and it will be completely refreshing. And so let's just wrap this up. So in the final bit, you just want to remember to be polite, be genuine, like I said. Release any expectations of the outcomes. They will either set up another date, or they will text you for the next encounter. As long as this experience has been a breath of fresh air to them, believe me, you're going to get asked on another date. Present yourself the best foot forward, in your best outfit, in your best look, every time you go, and try to be your beautiful, unique self, and things will magically happen. So comment below if this resonates with you, like the video, and let me know if you've had that kind of experience, and if this resonates with you. I'd love to hear from you guys. And we will see you in the next R very soon, either tomorrow or the next day. Bye for now, guys.